It's good to see everybody tonight. This poem is entitled Reform. This poem is for the caterpillars hatched in America, their birth a human right, an opportunity and protest, for their dreams deferred, left to awaken into a revolution, marching in the trenches with their fists high. Monarch butterflies have never looked so beautiful. This poem is for their parents, whose lives are seasonally determined and predictable, who choose to survive then perish, who leave their loved ones behind in their motherlands, whose only promise is to migrate thousands of miles for their journeys, oriented by man-made roads, borders, mountains, and coastlines, for their hearts, oriented by fear, hope, trial, and error. This poem is for unfavorable circumstances, trade agreements, globalization, food shortage, overpopulation, crime. This poem is for hate, for those who discriminate, celebrate Cinco de Mayo, and pay their laborers unlivable wages. This poem is for those who feel no way at all. This poem is for the backs that refuse to break, for the legs that refuse to buckle, for the bootstraps they make in sweatshops, for the pride taken in unpopular work, for unchecked exploitation seen out in public daily, for the restaurant, the kitchen, the lawn, the farm, the home. This poem is for those deported for no reason at all, for the human lives overlooked for political agenda and capitalism, for the criminalization of the innocent, for civil rights, for the police training manuals and reports layered in stereotypes, for the longevity of hate that leave countless slain unapologetically at the border. This is for the system that promotes and prevents, that feeds and poisons, then takes and gives and then takes, only to take again. This poem is for the flavor, for the cultural recipes that unite the people, for the undocumented produce found in abundance, for the taste of freedom in the melting pot, the nectar we all crave, for the music that fuels the fighter's spirit, for the timeless stories that celebrate it. This poem is for Mateo, who learned the word deportation before determination. His father gone, but never forgotten, taken to a place Matthew calls a long way from home. This poem is for his undying faith that the system will once again reunite them. This poem is for his mother, left to remarry to support her children. This poem is for the falsehood in my words. I've managed to convince him that his superpowers can beat any villain, but I forgot to mention ice. This poem is for Dawn, who awaits her brother's arrival any day now, or week now, or sometime soon, maybe tomorrow. She can never be certain of the day. At the tender age of 8, she knows he puts himself at great risk just to be close to his family. This poem is for her family that has prepared a bed in their crowded apartment just for him, for the feast of laughter and love when they know he is safe. This poem is for Samantha's dream, threatened after financial aid rejects her, for Jock's first language he hides at school, for Patrick's broken culture after assimilation seemed best, for Marion's scarf being reported and removed at the airport, for the racial profiling at traffic stops on Central Avenue, for the lessons on discrimination learned too soon. This poem is for those of you who sit in this room in silence, waiting on someone else to do something, benefiting from modern slave culture. This poem is for the love, for the generations of traditions and transformations, for the love of dreams most of us can't escape at night, for the same moon that guides us through the darkness, and for the passions that keep us awake, for the justice in each new day. This poem is for hope. This poem is for unity. This poem is for reform. Thank you.